Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you how to install Python in Visual Studio Code. So let's get started. First of all, we go to python.org, click on downloads and click Python 3.11 and this will download the Python setup for you. After the download for Python is complete, we can go to visualstudio.com and click on downloads. Here you will see a setup for Windows, Linux and Mac operating system. For me it's Windows, so I will click download for Windows and this will download the Visual Studio Code for Windows. So after the download is complete, we will have a setup for Python and Visual Studio Code. So let's first install the Python. So you click the setup and click run button. And before you click install now, don't forget to click add Python to path and then click install now. And this will install the Python on your operating system. After the Python is installed, we can close this setup and now we can install Visual Studio Code. So I open the setup, click run, accept the agreement, click next, next, next. To create a desktop icon, you can check and then click next and click install. And this will install Visual Studio Code on your operating system. After the installation is complete, we can launch the Visual Studio Code. So click finish and it will open the Visual Studio Code for you. So we have already installed the Python, but to use Python in Visual Studio Code, we need to install the Python extension. So we go to extension and search for Python. So choose the first one, the Python extension by Microsoft, click. And here, this extension is already installed for me, but for you, you can click install and it will install the Python extension for you. Apart from this one, if you want to use Jupyter Notebook in Visual Studio Code, we can install the extension for Jupyter Notebook. So we can search for Jupyter Notebook. Click the first extension from Microsoft and you will see the install button here. For me, it's already installed, but for you, you can click the install button and it will install the Jupyter Notebook in your Visual Studio Code. So now we have installed the Python, Visual Studio Code and the required extension. Now let's create our first program in Visual Studio Code for Python. So I go to Explorer, click File, click Open Folder, and I have already created a Python folder on desktop. So I click and select that folder. Once you open that folder, you can create a Python file or Jupyter Notebook to write your Python code. Let's first create a Python file with the .py extension. So we can create a file with name hello.py and this will create a Python script to write a Python code. If you see the bar here, if you click on this one, you will see all the Python setups installed on your operating system. So for me, I have installed 3.9, 3.10 and 3.11. You can select the version you want to use. So for me, let's use 3.11, the latest one. And let's write our first code here, print hello world. And to execute this program, we have two options. You can simply click this run button and it will execute the Python script and print hello world on your terminal. Another way is you can simply type Python and the name of your file, hello.py, and it will also execute your program. Apart from this one, if you want to write your Python code in Jupyter Notebook, we can create, let's say, hello.ipynb. And this will create a Jupyter Notebook to write a Python code. In Jupyter Notebook, we have a code cell and a markdown cell. In the code cell, you can write your code, and in the markdown, you can write the comments, headings, and some other information related to the code. So we already have a one code cell. Let's create a markdown. So you can also click these three dots here, insert cell, and you can select what you want to insert. For example, I want to insert a markdown cell above this code cell. I can click this one, and inside this markdown, you can write the comments. For example, I can use double hash, single hash, or triple hash, and this will change the size of the comment. For example, I say Python. If you click this OK, you see it is converted into a comment. Apart from this one, you can also write the comment inside the code cell using hash sign. This is my first program. And to type a code, you can type without any hash sign. For example, we can say print hello world. And to run the code, you can simply click on this play button and it will ask you to select the Python environment. If you have more than one environment, it will ask for the first time. For example, we have installed Python 3.11. So I will select this and it will execute the code and print hello world. That's all for this video. So in this video, we learn about how to install Visual Studio Code and Python, and we also write our first program in Python. Hopefully you enjoy the video. See you in the next video.